She swallowed a lot of water. Could be a risk of pulmonary edema.
Don't tap me out, please.
I have to.
So it's our first.
I am going to recording in progress. So just want to say welcome. This is Lynn Hamilton, your lead instructor over at Samson Properties, as you know, and we are recording this session, which will be posted on my website within probably 20 minutes after the class is over. So if you need to come back and listen to it, you certainly can, or you can go back and retrieve it or any of the other Thursday sessions on my website. So want to say welcome to everyone. We are glad that you are here. This session is the learning trails. And what we do in this section or this time slot is to take a look at one or two of the classes that have already been taught in its full glory and just take a deeper dive and give you the highlights of them kind of as a tease to say, okay, this is tips. And if you need more, here's the full class that is up in Samson University on my channel for you. So today we are talking about how to connect and reconnect with your SOI, whether they have been rated, and hopefully you've completed Jumpstart sessions 1, 2, 3, and 4, because in session 3, we talk about your database. Your SOI, your sphere of influence, and those that are in your database, we teach you to rate them an A, a B, a C, or a D. So as we go through some of the techniques today, I'm going to reference whether that is a good one for an A, B. We've got a couple for the C's and the D's. So I just went through my 2 packs of handouts from 2 classes that are going to be featured and highlighted here. I will be providing you 32 talking points, tips to how to reconnect. So if anyone wants to count along, you are welcome to, but we will again have this recording up for you. So the 2 classes that again are in Samson University on my channel that are in full more details is the scripts and conversation starters. Now, I'll admit I have a love-hate relationship with scripts, because scripts work really, really well when both parties have the script written out in front of them. The truth of the matter is, most of the time, that doesn't happen. You may have yours, but they don't have theirs. So they don't respond the way you practiced. And now all of a sudden, you're caught off guard and in meltdown because that wasn't what the script said, but they said something different. So I have a love-hate relationship with scripts. However, that being said, there are a few that are powerful that we want to make sure that you have, and we'll highlight those today. But conversation starters, I would rather you look at this as conversation starters. What are some of the key questions that you can ask to have in conversation to start a conversation? And remember, it's a conversation, not an interrogation. So you want to take that one away as well. The other class that we're going to be pulling from today as well is one of my favorites of all. It's called Best One-Liners. And again, it is recorded. It is up in Samson University for you. It is one that when, I was looking at all the stuff I wanted to bring to the table, I looked at this one and said, oh my gosh, yes. So I had gone through literally all the books, everything that I've had, that I've used as well, went through and picked up some more. And I always, I'm always monitoring to make sure that we're current and up to speed. Just because I've been around for a long time, I still like to be current with you guys and make sure you're getting the best of the best. So the best one-liners, I was really, really pleased with that class when we got it all pulled together. So we're going to be referencing both of those today, and I will be telling you as we go through everything which class these came from. So we're going to start with some of the takeaway, and I've gone through with my little pink highlighter and highlighted everything that I wanted to make sure I mentioned on this session. So in the scripts and conversation starters, here are a couple of takeaways for you. First off, Your role kind of is to educate, inform, and serve is your goal for communication. And this was a comment that Tom Ferry made. So I'm going to give him credit because I like to give credit where credit is due. Educate, inform, and serve is your goal for any communication. All right. One of the questions I would encourage you to be able to know how to answer is, what do you do differently? What is it you do differently? Let me give you a quick example. An agent or a consumer, once in a while may ask, so why should I hire you, or what do you do different? So here's two ways to answer it. Option one, oh, I'm professional, I'm ethical, I'll do a good job for you, and I'm available 24/7 because I'm on drugs and I never sleep. Just kidding. No, you're not. So that is one way to do it, but that creates a duh. And if some of my stuff, I've referenced the duh versus the wow. So ask yourself, is this a duh or is this a wow? So in this example, that is a duh. No, I want an agent who's going to do a bad job. Okay. You don't need to tell them, I'll do a good job for you. No, So how about option two? Option two is, what do you do different, or why should I hire you? Well, just so that you know, I am proud to be part of the #1 brokerage in the footprint of DMV, which means I have close to 5,000 agents that I can network with to find out who, if anybody, has something off market that is coming soon that may be a perfect match for you, whether it be on the buyer side or the seller side. Also, in addition to that, I have I'm just going to make up the number because off the top of my head, I don't remember how many's on the bullet point. I have a 32-point marketing strategy for every listing I take. I will customize my marketing plan for you based on where the buyer pool is going to be at.
Hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
Quick question. I know that we've been adding to the brokerage a lot. So I know that we're close to 6, if not more. Do you know that number off the top of your head?
Nope. But you can go on to just, you can always say 6,000 plus, but I always figured there's a whole bunch that just have a license that are on referral.
Right.
So in terms of active, there's probably 5,000. So you just say
Okay,
5,000
great.
plus or 6,000 plus, because the number constantly changes. But it's a good question, Betty. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. But that gives you that wow answer versus the, I'll do a good job for you. Hire me because I'm really desperate. I need a transaction because I need to get paid. No, they don't care. So sell your value. I bring a large company that is rated #1 in the DMV footprint, which means I have a whole lot of agents, like 5,000 plus or 6,000 plus, that I can tap into to see if they have something coming on the market that meets your needs or that I can promote to. There you go. And in addition to that, wait, there's more. In addition to that, I customize each of my marketing plans based off your property because I want to tap into where the buying pool is at. Because I'm going to market a $30,000 mobile home different from a $300,000 townhouse versus different from a $1.3 million listing. The buyer pool is different. Okay. In some of the classes, we've also shared the example of, you can even go as far, and in fact, I think I did it in the for sale by owner, believe it or not, is you learn the numbers and know how to be able to say, based off your property, the average buyer for this property will have a 720 or higher FICO score, has an annual income of X amount or higher in order to qualify for this purchase. You do need to do a teeny bit of homework ahead of time and talk to a lender for whatever price point that property is at. What is the minimum FICO score? And what is the guesstimation of annual income to qualify for a loan in that price point? There you go. You just wowed the pants off of that potential client. Whole lot. Can you see the difference? I'm seeing heads nod all over the place. Okay. Excellent. All right. So that is a great one as a takeaway. You want to memorize, internalize, and then customize any of the quote unquote full scripts. You may think, well, that's not me. That doesn't come natural. Well, duh. Okay. When you were born, you didn't have realtor tattooed on your forehead. You didn't have doctor, lawyer. I mean, you're not tattooed on the forehead. So you develop your skills as you go into your life's journey. And so memorizing it then allows you to internalize it and make it your own, get your own cadence going to it. And then you get to customize it a little bit. But a lot of the stuff that I will bring you in some of these classes is based off of Joe Stump. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The neuro-linguistic implications and implementation of certain strategies. That is why I'm giving you $3,000 worth of information on a silver platter. Okay, there you go. All right. So another point that I want to make is you need to stop and think. Who is the audience that you are getting ready to talk to or connect with? And what information might they be looking for? So who is the audience and what information might they be looking for? All right, case in point. If you are working or talking to someone who is currently renting, you wouldn't have the conversation with them about selling their home and the 37-point marketing strategy that you'll customize for their property because they can't sell it. Also, y'all know that some have tried, by the way. You know that, right? You know that some renters, swear to God, I'm not making this up, have actually tried to sell the property they were renting. Can't make this up. Horror stories from the title company. All right, the point is, obviously, if they're a renter, you need to have the talking points that addresses their need. So did the landlord thank you for paying their mortgage? Because Debbie, you're paying a mortgage, you're just not paying your own, right? You know that, right? Okay. So know who you're talking to and what might be important information for them. There you go. All right. Next thing. A great thing that you can, in conversation or reconnecting with your SOI is, what can I get you information on? What can I get you information on? Because they may not, you may assume, because we hear this and we're taught this, that everybody wants a market snapshot or a CMA every month. No, they don't. So what can I get you information on today? It may change next week and that's fine. But what can I get you information on? All right. Another bullet point as you're communicating and reconnecting with everyone, please do not say, call me now. It may be 2:00 in the morning and they're drunk and they will pick up the phone and call you now. And don't laugh. It's been done. Clients have called agents drunk at 2:00 in the morning and said, well, your postcard said call you now. Okay. People aren't stupid anymore. Well, okay, that's debatable, but people aren't stupid. They know that everybody that's in sales and marketing now has a cell phone attached to their hip. No longer do they sit in an office and wait for the landline telephone to ring. So you do not need to tell people call you now, because that's a waste of energy, a waste of verbiage, a waste of marketing space. I would rather have you say something to the effect of, need more information? My virtual assistant is available 24/7, AKA my website. They can go to your website 24/7, even when they're drunk at 2 o'clock in the morning, and get information that they may be looking for. Gang, this is why we have been helping you build out and show you how to build out your company website, which is free. Okay. If anybody's as old as I am in this industry, you know that way back when I paid, and I know everybody else did, $1,500 for our first website. $1,500. Sometimes you could get it on sale for $9.95. Then it was $99 a month to have it monitored and housed. And if you wanted to make adjustments to it, it was $50 or $100 a pop to have anything changed. Gang, you now have a customizable website available to you, courtesy of Cardinal Title, that's free to you. I love when I ask that question, is who provides it? And everybody goes back and says Samson. I said, no, they don't. Cardinal Title is the one that pays for this. Cardinal Title is the one that pays for Bold Trails, formerly known as KV Core. And they also pay for Lofty, formerly known as Chime. But they don't pay for Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince. But you have a customizable website available to you. Oh my God, people, I want you to let us show you how to customize it. And again, Bold Trails is this big of information. This big. Can you see my hands? No, you can't because I'm too close. But this big. It's cool. Okay. The website is only about this much. And then there's the database for your SOI. Then there's don't worry about all the Get your website. It's already there. Okay, if you've not logged in, we just need to get you reactivated. It's got a basic platform for you. We're going to show you basic tips on okay, so let me just put a smart Lynn, the instructor formerly known as Taylor Swift. There you go. All right. That was a good one, Andy. So we want to make sure that you've got it activated, but we also want to make sure that you've activated your blog. And on my website, lynnhamilton.samsonproperties.net, I have the exact same KV Core / Bold Trails platform that you guys have. I, the non-techie person, just learned to build it out a little bit. So that is why if I can do it, oh my God, you guys can do it. So go to my website, take a look at it. I've changed the names of the tabs across the top. I've added a couple of custom tabs. One is for you. You will build your website out to serve your consumer. I've built mine out to serve my consumer, which is you, the agents here at Samson. So there's an agent resource tab I've added. If you've not checked it out, go check it out. Know what's on there. Know that I post the recorded sessions on Thursday that we do on there. They're not fancy smancy, but they're up for you. How-to instructions. I'm always doing basic how-to instructions to give you a quick, resource to get to. Now, the ulterior motive to all of this, I want you to understand and to visualize what you could potentially do to your website. You can add videos. You can add free reports. Your possibilities are endless. So yes, a lot of my stuff will then eventually end up in Samson University and on the company Cardinal Nest site, which they're working on an upgrade for. Don't tell. Shh, keep that a secret. But in the meantime, I keep everything on my site for you for quick and easy access as well. Because again, if I'm driving, if I'm teaching, I'm not answering emails. I'm not answering phone calls, and I'm not answering text messages. So I try to have a quick go-to source for you. So go check it out. All right. And then think, okay, if she can do this, what do I need to do on my site to build it out as well? So there you go. All right. So we've talked about the don't call me now. Send them to your website. It's available 24/7. There you go. All right. Emails. Let's talk about emails. If you're going to connect or reconnect with somebody, this is a great way, a great line. Studies have shown that if you put thank you or I'm sorry in a subject line, the open rate on it is higher. Give that a whirl. Also, in the subject line, you want to keep it to 7 words or less. Let me throw in a email business protocol. If you are emailing somebody, I don't care who, over something business related, and you are going to change the topic of conversation, either best to start a new email chain back and forth. Do not leave the old subject line in there and change the question or change the topic of the email. All right. Please don't do that. There you go. All right. In closing of conversations, a text message, phone call, email, a great thing to ask is, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? Does this match with what you need or were wanting? Did I miss anything? And another great one to have at your your little bag of tricks handy is, does it make sense to move forward? And especially for those that are the D's in your database that you're not even sure who they were and where they came from, which we're going to address in a minute. Does it make sense to move forward? Do you still enjoy paying your landlord's mortgage? Okay. So there you go. There is a tip there. All right. Let me flip through and make sure I don't have anything on this one that I want. All right. So those are some of the aha takeaways from the script and conversation full training that's available for you. All right. Next video we're going to take a deeper dive into is called the best one-liners. Again, this was one that was one of my favorites to do. It allowed me to literally go through and create, quick reference. So there's a lot of one-liners here. I'm going to go through them. Obviously, you're going to try to write as fast as you can, but please take some time later, go to your calendar, block off an hour to listen to conversation starters, block off an hour to listen to best one-liners. Now, when you go into Samson University and pull up the training video, scroll down, because underneath the video is a box that may have information about what's covered in that class, but then there's also the handouts. That is where the handouts for each class, each individual class, are kept for you as well. For this one of the best one-liners, I actually created flashcards for you. So if you want to take the cream of the crop, look for the flashcards. They're right in there. They should be. Last time I looked, they were there. Print them out. They're 4 up on a piece of paper, so you can cut them, and just like the kids used to do, is to have the flashcards. All right. So we try to make it easy or easier on you. All right. So let's take a deeper dive in our learning trails of what we cover during the best one-liners class. Want you to understand that this is the numbers game. Okay. Real estate is the numbers game. Every time you ask someone if they need to buy or sell and they say no, it's not the end of the world. So it is determined or guesstimated that we as an agent need to have 5 to 8 exposures in a follow-up with the consumer before they may even respond or react. Most agents will stop after the third or fourth. And that's a problem. Now, this is also why we recommend you have a gentle touch point with those in your SOI monthly. Gang, I know I'm gonna step on some toes of previous instrucors who have said you call your database every month. No, they don't want to hear from you every month with a phone call. Now, they may want to get an email. They may want to get a text message that says, hey, I just posted a new blog post. Go check it out. That's still a touch point. So our thinking is skewed that we have to call them to stay in touch. No, we don't. For those that are your A's and your B's, you may want to verbally touch in with them. I'm going to say maybe twice a year, maybe once a quarter. But it's okay to have the rest on a, I'm still here, gentle little tap. And do not, other than the don't call me, call me now thing that doesn't work, is do not get into the habit of saying, so who do you know that's ready to buy or sell? Because we have determined that really doesn't pay off well. They get tired of hearing it. And I know there are some phenomenal trainers that have taught that for years and years and years. But I've also seen firsthand it backfire more often than not. So this is why we give you a different mission statement and a different tagline so that you've got something gentle to touch in with them. And the worst one is, who do you know that's thinking of buying or selling? Because unless that person is psychic or psycho, they don't know what people are thinking. You just ask them a question their brain cannot process, and you get the deer in the headlights look. Now, when I was in California, born and raised out there, I heard that saying, deer in the headlights. I never quite really understood it. Here in Virginia, I know exactly what that is now. So I've seen the deer in the headlights, and on real deer, by the way. And so I understand what that is. So it brought a whole new aha moment. So know that when somebody tells you no, it doesn't mean no, period. It means no, not now. It is no different. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and they've come around and say, can I get you more to drink? And you say no. That waiter or waitress didn't run off crying. It just meant no, not now. Now, they may come back 5 or 10 minutes later and you go, yeah, I do. I would like a refill. Okay. The same thing applies in this. Just because you sent them something cute and wonderful doesn't mean they're going to uproot their life to buy or sell just to provide you with a transaction. You are asking them to trust you with the biggest financial purchase of their life. You need to earn that respect and earn that ability to represent them. Now, here's another one I want to share with you in the best one-liners is you work with the willing. I cannot tell you how many times I have had agents come to me and say, well, I've got 6 that are wanting to buy. Well, okay, so what's the rundown? Well, they filed bankruptcy 6 months ago. Their credit's in the tank. They got no credit. I'm thinking, you ain't got nothing. Just because they want to doesn't mean they can. And as a professional in this industry, if that is one of the takeaways I can teach you, to say you work with the willing that are ready, willing, and able. Ready, willing, and able. And if not, you learn to say, next, because they got themselves into the financial position or situation that they're in. You solely cannot get them out of that. You can give them guidance and connect them with a lender who can guide them through to get their stuff back together again, and eventually they can. But if they've made a mess of their credit score, you cannot fix it. You do not have a magic wand and cannot make that happen. So that is when you just go next. Now, you keep them on a back burner, you touch in with them ever so often, and there you go. But there's a lot of lenders that are out there that do have follow-up systems that they can take a client or a wannabe client and help them get their credit score fixed, their credit score raised up, their financial situation in a position where they can purchase. That is not your job to try to do it. So for those who have done it, quit trying to do it. Okay. Oh, hear my heart, forgive my mouth. You know that. All right. So let's talk about another one that is good is that you can use in kind of a best one-liners conversation is, would you be open to learning more about a purchase option, or would you be open to learning more about reverse mortgage, whatever. Okay, whatever it is. So you got to think, who are they, what is their need, what is the question you can ask that's going to generate conversation. All right, so would you be open to is a good one. Another one that, again, this kind of all ties back into our mission statement. And again, if you've completed Jumpstart Session 1, that is one of the first things that I give you. The best mission statement, hands down, is my mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your greatest asset, which is your home. Not the, I'll do a good job for you because I'm professional and I'm ethical and I'll be available for you anytime you need me. Yeah, no. You got nowhere to go with that. The reason this mission statement and the tagline I'm going to give you in a second, we address it in Jumpstart Session 1, and you hear me. I'm going to have that either tattooed on my butt or put on my headstone, one of the two. Good thing I have a big butt. No, anyway. We need to have space for that whole thing. It is the best by far. All this other BS gives you no leverage to go nowhere. And I have looked at lists for years of 50 best taglines, 100 best taglines, 200 best taglines, best mission statements. Not a dang one of them are worth their weight in gold, because they don't give you leverage to carry on and open up a conversation. So in my opinion, they're worthless. All right. Woo, boy, am I on a roll today. All right. So your best mission statement ever, again, I address it all the time, is to help them protect and maintain the value of their greatest asset, which is their home. Now you have an open door to say, hey, my mission is to help you protect and maintain the value of your home. I just put out a new free report or a new blog post or a new or a new article in my newsletter that addresses that. Boom, you're done. Drop the mic. You've hit that touch point. The tagline that is better than anything else I have seen for a million times over is, when the home no longer meets your needs, I'm here to help you based on current market conditions. So there you have it. There you have it. Those are the best two one-liners on the planet. All right, let's move on. In reconnecting back with your SOI or tapping into them, the thank you and I'm sorry, we already addressed that in emails. The closing comment in either an email or a conversation is, did I miss anything? Does this make sense? And or what is our next step? Or what do you think our next step should be? Okay, so those are all good ones. In follow-up, in any, again, communication, especially with buyer and seller consultations, in the closing is, how did I do? In both buyer and seller consultations in the after, I have shared with you in multiple sessions the how did I do follow-up. It flows into the comment of, when we spoke, I listened carefully, and here's what I heard you say was important to you. And then you bullet point what it is, their reasons for buying, their wants and needs of buying, their reasons for selling. You verbiage it back to them. And then, did I miss anything? Gang, I learned to do this. Again, let me give credit where credit is due. It was a Joe Stump technique that I learned when I was with coaching with Joe. And when I learned to implement that, it was a game changer. On few and rare occasions, when I was going in and competing with another agent to take the listing or get the buying representation, I always immediately followed up with the how did I do email. And there were times I would get a call back the minute they got it and say, oh my God, no one has ever done this. This was amazing. Or they would call and just say, I want you to come back because I want to work with you. And sometimes I would ask, what was the tipping point? How did I do email follow-up? Because very few are doing it. Because, oh, wait, hear my heart, forgive my mouth. Y'all gave me permission. Most agents are too lazy to learn. But my Samson agents aren't. My Samson agents are the best. My Samson agents are spoiled. There you go. All right. All right. So the how did I do? Please learn to master that. Put it on a 3x5 file card. In fact, when you get the how did I do email template, which is again is all kinds of stuff, I would have it in a Word document. So all you do is copy and paste it over and then just put the bullet points in. There you go. All right. Another great conversation question or conversation starter to touch back in with your SOI is, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? They're going to 99.99% of the time, they're going to tell you, sure. Great. I'm just curious. Does your home still meet your needs? Do you still love it? Is it still working for you? They're going to give you a yes. They're going to give you a no. And in the best one-liner class, I go through then how to respond to, if they say yes, then what do you say next? If they say no, then what do you say after that? So, can I ask you a question is always an amazing door opener. Or another one that ties right into it is, hey, I'm working on a project and I need your help. Or I would love your opinion. Any of those are great opening conversation points. And that works great for your A and most of your B contacts as well. Okay. I have a question. I need your opinion. I'd love your feedback. I have a question. Would you do me a favor? Will you go check out my blog? I've got a couple new posts on it. Or if you've got the newsletter that just went out, hey, I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I'd love your feedback on the newsletter. There you go. Reconnecting and connecting back with your sphere should not be scary. Okay. When you know what to say, it makes it a whole lot easier and a lot more fun. Okay. Here is a great one to follow up with someone that I'm going to say is either a C and or a D in your SOI. When you reach back to someone who you have not connected with in a while, what you want to do is say who you are and how you are connected. Hey, Tracy, this is Lynn Hamilton, your favorite realtor over at Sampson Properties. I don't know if you remember, we're connected or friends on Facebook. Or I met you at an open house a long time ago. Or when I was in kindergarten, we went to school together. We met at a business networking meeting. We met at the ball game. I met you at the mall, whatever. Okay. Have a point of reference so that you can show them where and how you two originally connected. That is a key takeaway. Then a great follow-up to that is, I have an idea and I'd love to get your opinion on it. There you go. Your idea is, oh, I don't know, you're starting a new Facebook post. You're starting a new blog. You're starting a new newsletter. I don't care. You've been doing the newsletter for, a couple months. If they've not gotten it before, it's new to them and it's new to you to get it to them. So, okay. So who you are, how you're connected, and then ask them a question that is, I have an idea, I would love to get your opinion. Or again, or if they're calling you or reaching out to you, a great way to respond is, what can I get you information on today? What information are you looking for that I can provide? Agents have a tendency to go down their own path with it and totally miss what the client's curious about. Okay. Another great question that kind of ties into reconnecting is, what research have you done? So if they say they're wanting to find out what their home is worth, for example, great, I'd be happy to help. What research have you done already, Annie? Have you done anything, or are we starting from square one? It's, again, a conversation that's going to help give you parameters or a lane in which to run in. Okay. Another great one, again, in winding that conversation down, is, does that make sense to move forward? Now, again, this is a great one for those, I'm going to say those D's that you met God knows when at an open house, and you're still trying to remember who they are, and you reach out, to them. I met you a while back at an open house. I'm just curious. Are you still interested in, here's a better way to put it. Are you still wanting to consider the pros and cons of buying in the next year or so? You have just opened the field, because they may be thinking right now they're in the middle of whatever, and they're thinking not right now, but you've just opened up the field to say in the next year or so. Does it make sense to get more information? If they say no, it doesn't, they're not interested. And then come right out and ask them, do you want to stay in? Is it okay if I stay in touch with you quarterly, monthly, annually, or never? Drop dead and go away. And you can have fun with those answers too. Right. Another great to reconnect with anyone is, I have an idea and I would love to get your opinion. You can say, I'll be in my office on Friday from 10 to 12. If you can set a time, I'll call you or you can call me, but I'd love to get your opinion on something. It's, you dangle that little carrot. And what is one thing that everybody has? Well, a couple things. One is an opinion, and they all like to share it. Okay. Another great one is for those that may have been sitting on the fence about buying or selling, they're just kind of out there, just kind of sitting on the fence. First off, it hurts to sit on a fence. I'm just saying, because most of them are the white picket fences. Some are the black wrought iron. I'm just thinking, I don't want to be sitting on either one of those. So sitting on the fence is not a good thing. And yes, you can have some fun with that. But a great line to say is, I have some new information that might be a game changer for you. For those that were potential buyers or even sellers that were sitting on the fence, this is where you being in touch with your lender of choice and can find out what new information is out there. Now you got something to run with. Now you've got something to reach out and say, hey, I got some new information that might be of interest to you. Dangle the curiosity carrot. All right. Your lender, as well as the title company, believe it or not, have a library of phenomenal information, flyers that are ready to go. You just have to ask for them. Okay. Another one on the list, again, this works really well for those that, oh, hell, you met at an open house and you don't even remember who they are. Come right out and ask. And again, this can be a text message. This can be an email. This can be a voicemail message. Is when we met, were you serious when you said you might be interested in buying? Or were you just kidding? Were you serious or were you just kidding? In other words, get off the fence, right? Another in our list of 42 tips for touching back into your SOI is, and again, I hope that you all know, in the Cardinal Nest, under resources, if you type in free reports, we are building out a library of free reports. There are 9 or 10 already up in there. I've got 9 or 10 that are being worked on by marketing right now. That'll be up shortly. If there is something specific that you need for a bullseye market that you're going after that's not already available, you let me know and I'll make sure we make it happen. Please go check those out. While you're in the resource tab of your Cardinal Nest, in the search box, put in blog. We already have a library for you built out of 30 plus grab and go blog posts that are ready to go. Use them. While you are there poking around in the search bar, type in news. You don't even have to type out newsletter, just news. The 2 platforms that we have here at Samson that are available for you is the beautiful big 4-page newsletter. We also have the grab and go 2-page, it's 1 sheet of paper, grab and go, front and back. And we are giving it a makeover right now. I am so excited. I mean, it's been good. It's going to go from good to great. So I am so excited where we're going with that. And our marketing department is on it with me. And so again, know that you have already 14, because it was 1 a month, newsletters that you can retrieve and have available in a moment's notice. Now, if you're sitting there going, oh, I didn't know that, well, go check it out. But when you go to the page of newsletters, the grab and go, scroll down, there is how-to instructions. You download it, you print it out, you look at it and go, wow, Lynn is amazing. She's taking care of us. You follow the screenshot and the step-by-step instructions. And in less than probably 10 minutes, you will have gone through Slowpokey and have customized your first newsletter. You'll need access to your picture. You need to know your name. You need to know your phone number. You need to know your email address, and you need to know your website. And the bonus is have a QR code. Oh, wait, if you don't know how to do a QR code because you haven't gone through Jumpstart session 1 yet or have completed the task that I asked you to do, the reason we asked you to do it then is because you need it now. But if you haven't, oh, wait, on my website, Agent Resource tab, how-to instructions are the again, it's about a 5-minute video where I walk you through creating a QR code using QR Code Monkey, where you can color it based off your branding. You can color gradiate it from one color to another. You can add a picture into the center, and I give you several ideas of how to use it and how to grab the right link from your website. There you go. All right. Yes, I am spoiling you rotten, and that's okay. All right. Oh, let's see. What do we have next? Were you serious or were you just kidding? There you go. After you send information, a great thing to follow up with in and after is, did you have a chance to look at what? Did you have a chance to look at my blog? Did you have a chance to look at the newsletter? Did you have a chance to look at? The next question that follows is, what caught your attention? What caught your attention? Let's say it's the newsletter. Did you get a chance to look at this month's newsletter? What caught your attention? What did you like the best, or what did you like the least? Or which article did you like the best? Again, this is the touch points that we need to go to our SOI to remind them that we're in business. And so who do you know that's thinking about buying or selling? BS doesn't work. So, but these things do. You will enjoy doing it. You will not be as fearful, and you're not going to feel like you're bugging them. There you go. All right. We've talked about the fact that you already have a full library of newsletters. The beauty of our grab and go newsletters is you can print them out yourself. So if you just want 10, you can print them out. I would rather have you hand out a newsletter than a business card any day of the week. Most business cards are useless. Hand them out a newsletter instead. Have a QR code on there that goes to your blog on your website. It gives you a point of leverage. It gives you the ability to follow up with them and have a talking point, the best one line to interact with them without you feeling like you're bugging them. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Ooh, that was my list. And ooh, I got 5 minutes left. So, gang, there are your 32 tips of things that you can do, things you can say, or things you need to memorize, or again, read yourself a little cheat sheet out to the side of wherever your workspace is. Until these become second nature and second flow to you, again, you need to memorize, internalize, and then customize. But until you've got it memorized, and again, they're one-liners, but you have to have them handy so you can reference them while you're doing whatever, and then it becomes second nature. You can do it in your sleep. I can call you at 2 o'clock in the morning and boom, you're ready to go. Okay. So what I would encourage you to do again in this learning trail is go to the best one-liner and scripts and conversation starter class that's in Samson University. Scroll down on my channel, find it, print out the handout. Again, underneath the video, scroll down a little bit. There's the handouts in there. Print them out. 3-hole punch them. Put them in your binder. Remember, for those who are going through Jumpstart, which is where y'all need to start, have the binder, create your own reference manual. Put them in there. It should look like a flipping coloring book. By the time you get done with it, that was the intent. Okay. So let me take a look over in the chat box real quick to see who's got any questions or comments that I need to respond to. Yeah, I love Kevin's comments. Yeah, okay. A lender can help. You're right. A lender can help fix with credit. They also have great reports and information that is, again, great for you to even quarterly drip out, or at least every other month to those that maybe need to get their stuff together. Best one-liners. How long have I been an agent, or how long have you been an agent? I've been an agent since Jesus was a baby. I'm older than dirt, Andy. There you go. So there you go. All right, I see some laughing at it. How long have you been in real estate? Seems like forever. Yeah. There you go. You guys are a crack up. I love you guys. Yeah, post on Facebook once a week. Absolutely. Ask for engagement and interaction as well. So I am hoping this has given you a couple of aha moments, a couple of, oh my God, I didn't know that, or oh my God, that was brilliant. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I think as you know, I always try to make sure that I bring absolute value and plenty of takeaways because I'm taking your time, which is you cannot replace. So I want to make sure that I'm bringing great information to you that you can run with. With that, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for spoiling me. Yes, I enjoy spoiling you. That is my job now. So thank you for your feedback. Take a break. I will see you back at our next session at 2:30 of the Master Your Marketing. So this will be downloaded and put up in a few minutes. So if you need to go back and listen to it later, it will be there for you. For that, appreciate you. Go be awesome. Go be wonderful.
Your next training will be recorded as well.
Pardon?
Your next training will be recorded as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Super. Thank you.
All righty. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye.